This is Ducks News, bringing you a weekly update of all things Anaheim Ducks. Here now is the news from October 9th to the 16th. The Ducks played their first 2 games of the season, going 1-1 against some stiff competition. Both of these teams could be in the Stanley Cup Finals, and they didn't look out of place. For more of our thoughts on the Vegas game, check out this video on our channel. But let's talk about last night's home opener win. To start off, the boys were looking mighty fine as they walked the plum carpet. Listen, they can call it plum if they go to these jersey colors full time, but it's eggplant. But anyway, onto the game. This was the most fun I have had at a game since last year's home opener. The only difference being is that the Ducks actually look good, extending their home opener win streak to 8. So many good things happened in this game. The Ducks were feisty and stood up for each other. Or in Gudis' case, he bent down. What a hip check. That first period might have been the best Ducks hockey I've ever seen in person. Sam Carrick obviously watched the last video, because he gets the ball rolling with an absolute snipe. Then a little later, Frank the Tank gets his night started with a 5-hole goal. Probably one Ronta wants back. Nevertheless, the Ducks would score again a few minutes later. And do I detect a hint of minty freshness? That's right, Pavel Mintyukov scored his first NHL goal in his second game. What a keep-in by Mac T. Then Lacombe sauces on the backhand to Strome, back to Lacombe, who sauces again on the backhand to Minty for the wide-open net. Tic-tac-toe, the Ducks were up 3-0. Lacombe gets his first NHL point as well, and Stromer gets his 400th. That was one of the prettiest passing plays I have seen from the Ducks in recent years. Play would be closer in the next 2 periods as penalties are still a problem, as the Ducks took 6 of them again. The Ducks are now 8 for 12 on the PK, so that's 67%. That's gonna have to improve, but at least it's better than the power play, going 0 for 5 in the last 2 games. But even still, the Ducks weathered the storm, winning the game 6-3. Feisty Frank would add 2 more goals to his collection, becoming the first player in Ducks history to get a hat trick in the home opener. His sellies on all 3 goals were absolutely electric. I said in my prediction video that McTavish would not get 70 points if he plays on the line with Strome and Vetrano, but they have looked great together so far, maybe the Ducks' best line. So prove me wrong, boys, and I hope they can keep it up. Cronin gets punched by Z 3 times and leaves Terry hanging, but he gets his first NHL win. Along with the newest Duck, Trent Sullivan, this year's 21st Duck. Just a great night all around for the boys. There's so much more to talk about this game, so let's hear your thoughts on the game in the comments down below. Another new Duck played his first 2 games with the team in Ross Johnston, who was claimed off waivers from the New York Islanders. He gives the Ducks more physicality, and he has been looking solid on the 4th line so far. His number 44 was last worn by Max Comtois. So new number for Johnston, and there are 2 more new numbers for Ducks players. If you were watching our live stream of Ducks practice last week, we broke the news of Bo Groulx's new number, and the Ducks later confirmed it. He's switching from 50 to 24. Kobe!
In a surprising but exciting way, rookie Leo Carlsson is making a number change from 37 to 91, the same number he wore in Orebro. This number was last worn by Sergei Fedorov when the Ducks were still mighty. However, we will have to wait to see Leo in his new number, as he was just put on the IR, or injured non-roster, this past week. But some good news, according to Greg Beecham, Carlsson is more than likely expected to make his debut this Thursday versus the Dallas Stars. Glad it was only a minor injury. And on to other injury news. There are no new injuries to report, so that's good. We do have Killer still injured, but he can possibly be back late next week. Upcoming this next week, the Ducks have 3 days off after the back-to-back games, and the annual season ticket holder only event will take place tomorrow starting at 5 p.m. It seems that this year will have a new format with no on-ice skating, but they will have an event like that around Christmas time. Read the screen for more detail. We were thinking of live streaming the event. It's usually a lot of standing in lines, but it's still a really fun event to go to, so let us know if that's something you'd be interested in. The Ducks play 3 games next week, 2 at home and 1 away. Watch party for the Saturday game versus the Coyotes. Those are always some nasty games. For fun, I'm going to predict the Ducks go 2-1 with wins against the Yotes and Bruins. But let me know your predictions down below in the comments. That will do it for this edition of Ducks News. Everything is linked down below. Let us know if we missed anything. Thanks for watching, and go Ducks!